Grand Rising, Grand Rising, Grand Rising. I haven't been feeling good the last few days, so I'm kind of lounging around today. So I said, let me do some videos, I guess. So I'm doing something. Okay, I want to talk to y'all about evictions and foreclosure. The eviction process and the foreclosure process are pretty much the same damn thing. A lot of people don't understand contract law. And I think if we could wrap our heads around contracts, this dog always barking. If we could wrap our heads around contract law, and if we understood business and commercial law, we wouldn't be in the situations that we're in. I also want to um, encourage y'all to go into business and finances without looking at it through racial eyes. I know a lot of people that come from certain places, they say they're blocking us. They won't let us do this. They won't let us do that. And you can have scientific proof that that's the truth. But it's ways around even race relations when it comes into business. So just like when you're in kindergarten, you're learning how to be an adult, how to have manners, how to stay on schedule, how to be around other people. That's not your family. You have to learn how to be an adult. And a lot of adults are still minor children, not understanding that they're supposed to do certain things for their life to be a certain way. Now, just like an infant who relies on their mother for everything, she can't do shit without her mother. Nothing. They can't do anything. They need the mother to assist them for everything. But once they turn 6 months, they're ready to go on their own and start to crawl and start to walk and be independent from source. Why is it that as we grow into adulthood, we just keep on relying on people to do shit for us? We need an employer to pay us. We need a government to agree to our terms, give us that license so we can go work for these companies. We're still acting like children, right? But an adult in the business world gives directions, gives orders, and accepts the benefits of it. So all of this is basically changing how we look at shit, changing how we think. Okay. Every day I learn something new. Every day I teach something else. And that cycle continues and it never stops. If you are a true master teacher, you know that you will always be a master student, always learning. So for the people who are coming to this so late, which is me, I'm 45 now, or I'll be 45 in a few weeks. And I've been at this for 2 years. Uh, 2 years, shit, just reading and learning. Somebody said that the Constitution is 1 million pages long or some shit, right? Think about that. Think about how long it would take for us to read that shit. It probably can't be done. It probably could never be truly done. I mean, unless you have a committee of people and everybody take a section to read and study, and work together. But there's remedies for us in the Constitution that we never, ever enact, ever. We don't complain. We don't administer. We don't question. We don't challenge. And the ones who do question, the ones who do challenge, they're left alone and they're vilified in the public eye. It takes a lot for somebody to keep standing strong, standing tall, and saying, no, no, I'm not going nowhere. I'm going to keep my words and I'm going to keep talking to people. You are not supposed to be paying these fucking bills out your pocket. You're not. You're supposed to go into the supermarket and get as many groceries as you need and then have the receipt passed on to the manager so that the manager can pass it on to the CFO of the supermarket so that they can recruit, what is it, that word? Recoup um the money for the groceries from the help desk. They know that shit, but they won't tell you. Why is it that a utility company and a cable company can send you a bill knowing that all you're supposed to do is sign that shit and send it back and no money is involved? Why do they have on their a check? No shit. Sorry, y'all. Uh, Maybe I could turn that off. Hold on. Okay, I think I turned it off. So why do they tell you on the bill we accept checks? Put that check in there. Why do they do that? That's a fraud. That's a fraud. And you accept it. But contract law states that both parties need to have full understanding of the contract in totality for it to be valid. And it must contain two wet signatures for it to be valid. Policy states that electronic signature is sufficient in contract law. That's policy. And when you understand that policy and statutes is not the law, it is just something we all contract to and accept, then you'll be able to swallow what I'm saying to you easier. Okay. So there's this thing called legal standing. Legal standing in the court is an actual defense. It's an actual motion. So let me give you an example. If I get a mortgage with Chase Bank and I don't really give a fuck what the situation is, whether there is a situation or there's not a situation. But if Chase Bank sells, trades, or swindles, or swap, I mean, that mortgage note, the next carrier of this note does not have legal standing to sue you for defaulting on the mortgage. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Y'all don't get that? I keep telling y'all when y'all watch my videos and I type live free, get your fucking contracts out. I don't care what kind of contract you got. Get it out. Read it while you hearing me talk. Now, if your fucking contract that you have physically in your goddamn hand is from Chase Bank or whatever bank, but your billing statement is coming from Collect Services Mortgage Details, whatever the fuck, why you paying them? What's the difference between you being confident and secure and saying to a bill collector, nigga, you bought that debt without my permission, without my express authorization. You paid that debt, whether you paid 1 cent for it or $20. I never asked you to do it, and I'm not going to pay you for doing it. If there is literally nothing they can do to force you to pay that collection debt because of those laws, why do you think that that shit is different than a mortgage debt? A contract is a contract, a debt is a debt, and process is process. So if your mortgage company is Chase Bank, but your billing statement is coming from a collection agency, hello? Now, if you think about this as far as a landlord tenant contract for a rental, the landlord owns the property, so he says, right? And he's just getting a promissory note together. I'm gonna let you stay here for whatever amount of time. You can pay me, just like a sublet. But like I showed y'all before, when I registered and I securitized my lease and I put it on notice, that means the landlord and I both now own this property. We both have a financial security interest in this property, and we are both meant to eat off of it. They won't tell you to do that. And if you try to do it, if you attempt to do it, even the recorder's office employees will tell you that's not what we do. They'll say we can record this, that, and the third, right? We don't record this, and this. You have to dig a little bit deeper. Remember, gatekeepers exist for a reason. I was told I couldn't record my car note. I couldn't record my rental lease. Um, and I said, but I was told by a judge I could do it. So let me go look again. I looked on the website, and it's a list of 200 things that you can record at the county recorder's office. And everything I asked her, can I record at her office, was specifically listed on this list. And after I start laughing, I walked into her office and said, I want to record this document. She says, oh, we don't record these. And then I handed her paper from her website. I said, not only do I want this recorded, I want it certified. She said, yes, ma'am. So if you're not an adult and you're just a child doing what you're told, This is what happens. But if I'm the adult and you're the fucking child, you shut up. You do what I say when I say it, and you do not ask me questions. When I talk to people like that, they can't understand how I think I could talk to people like that. I was on the phone with the IRS, and I don't know which project they got this bitch from, but they got her from the dirtiest, gutterest projects on the planet. She must have been a pandemic hire. So I said, there's some things that's not been done on my account, on my estate. I needed to be addressed. I need to come in for an interview, and I need it to be done as soon as possible. So she goes and looks into my account and she reads my stuff to me and says, "You have this, that, and the third in here." And I said, and I specifically gave details on what I want to be done. And she said, "What you talking about?" I said, "Excuse me?" She said, "Don't nobody got such and such and such and such." I was like, Are you serious? Are you talking to me like that?" She said, "Yeah." I said, "I don't know what kind of fucking ghetto projects bitch you came from, but you need to put your supervisor on right now. Matter of fact, give me your ID number and your name." She had the nerve to say, HILL. Hill is my last name. My badge number is 1001129. I said, "This is about the ignorantest shit I've ever experienced at the IRS. You don't put a supervisor on this damn phone." And she was like, "Well, you're going to have to hold on for a few minutes because I got to type up this referral." I don't know what kind of alternate fucking universe I was in dealing with this bitch in business, but it was a fucking abomination. So I can't even deal with the fucking telephone people. They're so ignorant. That's why I say you have to deal with this shit through in paper, through contracts, through the mail, talking to people. They're going to get the most ignorantest person to answer the phone. The person that don't know nothing, so they can't do nothing. So you'll get frustrated. So you'll leave it alone. I've never left anything alone in my life, and I'm not going to start now. So that's just giving y'all an example of the things that you are going to have to deal with when you are administrating your estate, because these people are horrible. They're horrible and they're ignorant, and that's why they're going to fucking work every day and spitting out the same lies. Another thing, this has nothing about to do with what I'm talking about now, but just for legal cases in general, unless it's a murder, rape, or molestation of a child, I believe pedophilia, I think it's those three that's set aside from what I'm about to say. But aside from those three major crimes, all crimes are commercial. Even murder. Murder takes a bit longer. You will have to sit for a minute during a murder situation, but it can be paid with a tax form. All of this can be paid through taxes. All crimes are commercial crimes. So when you have your child support on your credit report, set me up with this scenario real quick. All right, we're going to do this. Y'all about to set me up with this scenario where, okay, I'm in a room. My husband is in the room with me. We about to fuck, right? We not using no protection. We about to fuck. We about to have this baby. We so in love. 3 years down the line, we still in love. 5 years down the line, We no longer in love, but we still got this kid. Now we separated. Now there's an order of child support that came into play. That child support order is on the credit report. But when I asked y'all to set me up with this sexual encounter, at what point was that a credit transaction? Did my husband stick his dick in the ATM slot and the thing that came out was the debt? I'm trying to figure out in what scenario do they say child support is a credit transaction that they can report on your credit report. I've been trying to figure this out forever, and I just can't come up with no reason. Um, I know when I put an application in for a house, I'm applying for the house. I'm applying for the car with the application. I'm applying for the credit limit. I'm applying for the school. But where is the application you put in for pussy? What pussy application is out there that if you renege on your obligation to the pussy, it can go on your credit report? Make it make sense to me. I mean, y'all on here, put a comment in, tell me how pussy can be going on the credit report. Or the biological things that come out of vaginas can go on the credit report. That right there is fraud. They're fraudulently reporting your private information, which is a violation of the Privacy Act, 1974, I believe, or 73, one of them. I'm always gonna be wrong on my dates, y'all, so y'all have to check your balances. Always check. I'm giving you information, you can find it yourself. But I just can't uh I can't make it make sense how that would be on a credit report. So that alone, you can dispute that. Because what they do is when they put your child support on your credit report, they're making your debt to income ratio off. So when you do apply for the things that you need to make yourself better, even if you apply for a job, if you apply for a job and you have child support on your credit report, some jobs will turn you down. Y'all are not taking it serious enough. I taught y'all in 2021. I said, under no circumstances can your wages ever be garnished, ever, unless the person who's intending to garnish goes directly to the office of the IRS in person, get the documents looked over, approved, and signed and certified and recorded, and then taken to the bank. They said no one has ever enacted that process. No one. So every garnishment that's ever taken place in this country has been fraudulent. Y'all could look into that too. When I spoke to the bank manager of Navy Federal, he said, it doesn't matter if that's the law, that's not how we do it. And if you accept that, then you accept that. Another example for y'all not understanding this to its depth is you want to play basketball, right? I'm sorry, let's do football. Better example. You work so hard to be a football player. You want to be in the NFL so bad, and then finally you get into the draft. And inside the draft, you have these coaches. Coaches now. These coaches, they coming out with their notepads in their hand and they looking at their stock and they seeing how many barrels of cotton you can pick a day. Ooh, I'm sorry. How many yards you can run and kick a ball. So they're all going back and forth, looking at which one. Looking at this guy. Look at him. He's 6'7", 400 pounds, solid rock, perfect shape. He can run 1,000 yards, whatever. I don't watch football. I don't know. I'm gonna bid on him. I'm gonna put a bid in for $3 million contract a year for 4 years. Now let's go back. What is it? The town of Jameson, North Carolina, some shit like that. And got all these slaves on the auction block, right? And you got the farmers, I guess, the masters, whatever, looking up and down at these slaves, checking their teeth, looking at their body, and they start to bid. I'll pay you $3 for this one. And this one is gonna shuck and jive for me. What's the difference between the auction of a slave and the auction of an NFL player? Still waiting. What's the difference between a field nigga and a kitchen nigga? What's the difference? Mm, what's the difference? I'll wait. Come on, y'all. Tell me what the fuck the difference is between a slave on the auction block and an NFL player being bid on. Tell me, I'm waiting. Because until you understand slavery is slavery is slavery is slavery, you're never going to administer your accounts. It's hard to break away from brainwashing. Y'all, this fucking oh honey, y'all so manipulated, so easily manipulated. Now they have y'all in all of these TV commercials and acting. Y'all acting in movies now. They got whole TV shows with all black cast members and one token cracker. One token cracker. Look at the imagery that they putting out there. They know they lost y'all. They're trying to get y'all back by giving y'all the house instead of the field. Let's get back there. Before it was just that one token nigga in TV, right? Now they got all y'all black people in these commercials and these movies and TV shows, right? But here's the twist. They may have given you your spotlight, but is your spotlight corrupted by being non-binary or the most flamboyant gay man on the show? They got elderly black people being gay on these shows now. It is all a fucking setup. All of this is a distraction so you're not administering your fucking estate. I don't give a shit if you can't comprehend where I'm going with this. Then that's why you are where you are. It's all a setup aimed to keep us away from administering our estate. Now, I keep trying to point out to y'all in everyday life how this is affecting you. But if you can't equate a field nigga and a kitchen nigga and the difference between the two in the NFL auction and a slave auction, these are very easy examples that I am giving you to help you understand. Hey, how you been? So if you could take that those two analogies and place it with money, you'll be able to see what I'm saying. Now, a lot of people say the money's going away and all this shit about money and all that. Yeah, whatever. Every fucking, let's see, that was, it's like every 2 decades, right? Every 2 decades, probably, we have some kind of dramatic financial crash and all the money is gone. All the money goes away. If you just look at history, you'll see it always happens. They do these things when they trying to do their books right. Okay, it's a play. It's a money play. So you just can't pay attention to that when you're thinking about, oh, money this, money that. Y'all have to stop being so easily fooled. Money will never go away. If it's not paper money, if it's not that monopoly shit we use on a daily basis, it'll be something else. Currency is what you have to understand. Currency, currency. We will always need currency. Currency can be something you make, something you can eat. It don't matter. It's just something that you still have to trade to get what you want. So, I just want y'all to keep that in mind. But you have power in contracts. So when you have a lease, you can always adjust your lease. If your lease say you can't have a pet, you can amend your lease and say, "Well, I want to have a pet because I need a service animal," and they'll agree. You just have to stop. Um, you have to open your mouth and say something. If you're getting into a contract you don't agree with, you have to just completely talk to them about it and say, "This would work better for me if we did it like this." 9 times out of 10, they will agree. They will agree. You just have to execute your status. Now, if the mortgage holder, all right, let's get back to the mortgages. And let me sit up. The difference between a lease and a mortgage. Usually, when you get a lease for a rental, it's going to be with the same landlord, period, unless there's a buyout and it's a property management company. Excuse me. But it's going to be the same person. Whereas though the mortgage is going to pass through so many hands in the first year that is outrageous. But that's actually a benefit to you if you make it a benefit to you. Because the minute that fucking mortgage leaves the two-party signature, it is no longer valid. So you could file a claim in court to challenge that. And I'm not going to be giving y'all all this fucking information for free. But you also need to, when you getting into a rental agreement. Now I'm gonna do. I want to go with a strategic plan instead of, oh shit, let me fix something because I'm fucked up right now. Let me get out of this. Strategically, if you dot all your I's and cross all your T's, you can enter into a lease contract. You just gotta get the contracts, y'all. Get in the fucking house. Get in the car. You just need to get the contract. Once you get the contract, you can work on everything else. Now, when I went to test this out to see if this was a legitimate thing, if it really worked, it was so easy that I couldn't comprehend how easy this shit was. So if you really sit down and just write out a plan for you to do this, you can. Figure out where you want to live. Find a place you want to move into. Make sure you have your deposit money to move in. Sign your lease. The minute the fuck you get your lease, take it to the county recorder's office. Get your lease recorded on record. Get your lease certified. Okay. Once you do that, you have now gained control over your situation and you could fight successfully. You want to make sure you do that shit immediately. You want to do the same thing with your mortgage. And there's other steps you need to do with mortgages. So I'm telling y'all what to do. I'm telling y'all what they can't challenge. If you take your landlord to court before he even attempts to evict you, you will be blocking his ability to evict you. What crimes is your landlord currently committing? Come on, think. What crimes is your landlord committing against you right now? Right now. The first crime is not giving you the information about your account. So that is breach of fiduciary duty. Because I know y'all can't see your landlord being your trustee, but he in fact is. He in fact is your trustee and he is supposed to work at the benefit of you the minute he takes hold of your estate. And when you're doing these actions in court, when you're working with the uh, commercial codes, the Constitution, yeah, whatever the other one is, the USC, uniform, UC, whatever. I forgot. Uniform Commercial Code is what I'm trying to say. If you're using that in the Constitution, this shit is way too wordy. It's too much to read. But if you do that, give me 1 second. Okay. If you're doing the Constitution way or the Commercial Code way, you want to make sure that you're following everything in federal court because the federal court is the only one that's going to respect the Constitution and law. Um, District and county courts will say we follow statutes of the state here. The policy that we use here. So I don't have time for children. I don't deal with children. Everything go in the federal court. So y'all play in a recess playground if you want. But I'm going up to the office on the 15th floor. Okay. What else did I want to talk to you about? Hmm. You have to learn the difference between an administrative court and an actual court. In every single state, these courts are going to be named different things. I don't feel good. Municipal courts don't have a jury. Some district courts don't have a jury. Um, you want to call around to your local courthouses and just see what tiers of court they have and which one is won't have a jury court. If you don't have a jury, um, option for the court. It's a good chance it's an administrative court. And those courts you could just turn into your bitches. Because they ain't got no power. Half those judges ain't even been to fuck the law school. They just gotta fill a questionnaire out to become a fucking administrative judge. This is sick. It's sick what's happening behind your back. And I want y'all to take a day to get angry and be mad and do whatever you need to do, but I want you to come back after that 25th hour and just handle your business. Because after you get mad about what you learned, this shit funny. This is Monopoly is actually your life. You better get good at playing that game. But if it's an administrative court, that means they can't put you in jail. It can't put you in jail for not having insurance, for traffic violations, domestic violence. It can't put you to fucking jail for stealing, for robbing. It can't put you in jail for fucking assault. Some of this shit a little fucked up because some niggas need to be in jail. But no, they can't do that shit. All you gotta do is challenge jurisdiction. And the very fucking moment that a court takes jurisdiction knowing that they do not have jurisdiction, they lose 100% immunity. They lose 100% of their immunity because they've now committed a crime that can be executed by the district attorney. Criminal charges can be brought against them. You have to know how much power you have and start fucking using it. And start teaching your kids this shit instead of teaching your kids how to pop their lip and fucking twerk, you deplorables. I hope y'all feel shame for how fucking broke you are. I hope you feel shame that you worrying about paying that motherfucking rent or that mortgage. I hope you do feel shame because maybe the shame and humiliation that you feel when you gotta do whatever you gotta do to pay these bills and your kids is looking at you like, where you at? Maybe it'll change something in you. I left everybody and I came into a hidden space where I can only focus on the development of my estate. It's so much shit happening with my kids right now, and I'm just not involved in it. And I have no desire to get involved in it because what I've learned is niggas always gonna have problems. Humans will always have problems and drama. It'll never go away. But that time frame for you to get your affairs in order before your death get here, it's limited. So I'm gonna take this time to keep on working on building my estate up, taking back all powers of attorney over me, and reclaiming the legacy of my family. So that's what my goal is. That's what my agenda is now. So that's what I'm doing. Now I gave y'all a lot of information, a lot of information on how to handle your business. You don't need to pay anybody for a class. You don't need to pay anybody to do this for you. However, people are fucking lazy and they want somebody to solve all their problems. And if that's the type of person you are, or if you just simply don't understand Latin and law, that's fine too. But again, I charge $200 for 60 minutes to teach y'all what papers to file in court, where to file it, how to execute it. $200 for 60 minutes um, for the eviction and foreclosure process. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, because I'm just talking about that today. So I hope this helped y'all. Please share this information with as many people as you can share it with, and send me some good vibes, some good energy, because I'm not feeling well. I haven't been feeling well lately. Um, they're attacking me again in the spirit world. I woke up with bite marks on my wrist this time. Last week, I woke up with extreme pain in my vagina. I could tell I had been raped. Again, you know how they do me. So just trying to detox myself, try to move around some energy in my body so that I can stop being attacked. Remember what I said? Always check your body, look at your body, take pictures of things that look suspicious or things you want to log and pay attention to. I hope y'all be blessed.